Welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to support my daily Eternal Magic offerings while getting amazing perks like the BoshNRoll Discord community, have me play your deck on the channel, or listen sideboard guides before tournaments, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership program. This channel is possible because of these amazing sponsors. Check them out, all their links are in the video description. As always, thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today, at the request of Patreon subscriber Brendan, I am playing a deck that I'm supposed to be serious about at Eternal Weekend. This is a pseudo dealer's choice with the caveat it has to be relevant content for someone serious about Eternal Weekend. Everyone's asking for serious stuff right now, and while we're being serious, check out the link to support the Trans Lifeline charity drive that I'm doing right now with a bunch of other content creators. We got cool prizes you can win, and it supports a good cause. All that said, this is Grixis Delver. Brendan, you wanted a deck that was a serious contender for Eternal Weekend. How about just the best deck? Number one on Goldfish, has been for quite some time. Every card in this deck is good. We're not trying to do anything cute with cycling a troll and reanimating it, or scamming Grief, or trying a new card like Beanstalk or Questing Druid. None of that is here. These are just cards that are arguably largely design mistakes, and they're just all in a deck together, and it's a super efficient package. 3 power flyers for 1 mana, 8 power flyers for 2 mana, Orcish Bowmaster in between, with free permission and efficient removal to back it up. Like, what do you want? This is the classic Legacy Delver deck. It needs no further introduction. Let's just go do this thing. This is Grixis Delver. Welcome to Taking the Initiative for Trans Lifeline, hosted by myself and a group of your favorite Magic content creators. Trans Heart October is an annual drive where gamers and streamers from around the world work together to support Trans Lifeline. Trans Lifeline is the nation's only crisis and peer support hotline staffed by trans people for trans people. 2023 has been a year of unprecedented anti-trans legislation, violent rhetoric, and other attacks on the basic rights of some of our most vulnerable community members. Every $2 you donate during this campaign is a raffle entry. Every $500 collected overall adds another prize to the raffle. We have secret lairs, cool stuff Inc. gift cards, full boxes, and almost 20 commander decks to give away. Use the link or QR code to get in the mix for great prizes while supporting an important cause. Entries are accepted October 16th through 20th, 2023. Donations must include name and address to be eligible for prizes. I'm on the draw in round 1 with a little bit of a heartbreaker. This is mostly an Izzet deck. It splashes black just for Orcish Bowmasters and some sideboard cards, and we just happen to have an Underground Sea in a hand that I would snap off with Volcanic Island. This hand's going to see I get a draw step, that's 1. Ponder is 4. Bobble Bobble, 5, 6. Second draw step, 7. I see 7 cards before I miss a land drop. I'm going to keep this. A Mountain. A Goblin Guide. Oh, baby. I haven't seen this out in the wild in a long time. Opponent mulliganed to 6 too, so I already gained 3 life. Murktide Region on top of my deck. I'll start with a Ponder. Murktide Region is really good against Burn in like basically all formats. Ugh, this Mystic Sanctuary, this sucks. I want the Daze, I want the Force. I do not want the Mystic Sanctuary. If I keep this Ponder, Bobble Bobble draws through these, then I'm drawing Wild next turn, but I would really like a red source, so I'm going to shuffle this. Triple Bobble. Storm is 4. Pew 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 pew. Bobble you. There's a Scalding Tarn. Fetch lands in the burn deck sometimes mean a splash color. Sometimes it just means they're playing Searing Blaze. I'm gonna stop this bobble for now. I saw a Bowmaster on top of my deck. That also stabilizes. Here's this friggin' Mystic Sanctuary again. Just got rid of you. Here's the Scalding Tarn. Can I get a Volcanic Island? Hey, Scalding Tarn, that counts. Okay, I have access to red now. Let's hope it's not too late. Lava Spike, I'm at 13. Fetching the Tarn, that's good, that's out of the way. Now my bobble actually gives me information. Suspended Rift Bolt. Okay, I'm gonna look at the top card. They've got another Spike coming. I have every window open. I'd kind of like a counterspell here. Daze, Force of Will. I have 2 card types in the graveyard. Fetch makes 3. I can't Lightning Bolt and play Dragon's Rage Channeler. I think I just pass here. I could also play 4/4 Murktide Regent. Just put that in front of my opponent. Maybe that's right, actually. I'm at 12. I see 6 damage here. They have 2 unknowns in hand. If I don't play Murktide now, my plays over the next several turns are like Bowmaster to trade. Yeah, I'm just going to shut Murktide. Volcanic Island. Blue, 5. I think I win this game just easily and without ever being worried about anything if that land in my opener was just Volcanic Island instead of Underground Sea, but here we are scrambling. Against the deck you don't see very often anymore. Rift Bolt, you got me. Lava Spike in your hand. I know I'm playing the game at 6 versus 2 unknown cards here. Goblin Guide is sending, and I block. That's what we're in here for. If they use a Lightning Bolt to finish off Murktide, it did a great job. If they have Searing Blaze, I'm bummed out. Lava Spike, land, and pass. That appeared to be just some sort of test. Interesting. I'm going to play my Dragon's Rage Channeler and go to attacks. Just got to hope that last card in their hand is a land, and I just get a few turns to try to make something happen. Okay, nothing happened in my end step. And Price of Progress is lethal. Fire Blast plus Bolt does it. I just hope they draw creatures for the rest of the game. Exquisite Firecraft. Well, can't counter that one. And now I'm dead to any spell. End step, Bowmaster. They're going to Fire Blast me in response. There was kind of a weird pause there. I didn't like that. All right, how about a Force of Will? Daze. Daze probably not where I want to be at this phase of my life. Is there anything cool to do here? I have 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. Bowmaster Bolt makes it 8, 9, 10, 11. Or it's actually 12, right? Because it's 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I have them at 1. Can I find another point here? How could Dragon's Rage Channeler get Delirium? If I bolt them, mill something that's not an instant, daze my bolt with the Volcanic Island, pay with Underground Sea, mill something else, that's still, best case scenario, is only 3 card types in the graveyard. So I just have to hope they brick. Oh, I didn't count if I could get a bigger Murktide. Shit, I might have just blown it. So Bolt, Daze, pay for Daze. So Bolt, Daze, pay for Daze leaves me with 2 mana and 4 cards in my graveyard. Assuming I mill literally anything. If I exile 2 cards on Murktide Reach, I still think I'm 1 card short. Oh, shit. It was here. I have my Mystic Sanctuary land drop. I bolt them, they go to 1. But then Murktide, I had it. It's literally right there. God damn it. If I bolt them, put Bolt on top of my deck, Murktide gets +1/+1. Okay, if I lose this match, it's completely my own stupid fault. Okay, pass a turn. Disappointing. I thought about most things, and then I was like, maybe they'll fetch and I can bolt them. But actually, it was just right there. Chain Lightning. Can't red them back. Okay. Alright, yep. I mean, sometimes you play bad and get punished. Alright. Gotta slow down and think a little more. I feel like I thought about that turn a lot and just didn't quite get there. Blusterstorm, Hydro Blast. Definitely coming in. Painful Truth's definitely not coming in. I know Modern Burn is largely off Eidolon of the Great Revel. They're playing Roiling Vortex instead. I don't know that Legacy Burn would take the same route. I don't know that I love Mishra's Bauble either way. Force of Negation could just pad up more stuff. I'm not going to bring in Unlicensed Hearse just to turn off Exquisite Firecraft. Yeah, I think killing them is better. Yeah, just missing lethal. Blew it. Okay, keep. This hand's actually good. I'm going to lead on DRC. Generally, everything's better when you have something in play. And if they use a bolt to answer this on turn 1, that's fine. Opponent said, please win, so they don't play burn at Eternal Weekend. And I told them I missed lethal, so don't count that win if you're doing serious testing. Monastery Swift Spear. That card dies to Hydroblast. I could also just force it now, pitching Brazen Borrower, get the card selection, and hold up multiple. If this was Goblin Guide, I think I'd let them have it. I'm just going to force that pitching Brazen B. Daze. Yeah, I'll keep that. That's not the land drop I was looking for, but it's 2 layers of protection, 2 additional pieces of selection off Dragon's Rage Channeler. My plan is just a big Murktide at some point. Scalding Tarn. Goblin Guide, that resolves. Goblin Guide. Unholy Heat the first one. I'll leave that on top. And do I daze this one, or do I let it draw me a card and then Hydroblast it in the future? I'm going to let this one draw me a card. Unfortunately, Daze picking up my land. If I just had 2 removal spells, this would have been free to do, and I don't take the 2. I also just indicated to them that I don't have Daze in my hand, which is a powerful thing to indicate when you actually do. DRC, attack, and I'm going to Hydroblast this guide. No. Okay, so it's... I can't get Delirium right now anyway, so I'll just attack for 1. And I can Hydroblast it in combat after it's already maybe drawn me a card. Okay, so it attacks, and I'm going to Surveil first. In response to the trigger, Hydroblast. This gives me an extra chance to draw a card here. Or an extra look. Except I don't even want that card. Alright. I'd rather just not have a card than have that Wasteland. They revealed Orcish Bowmasters. Eidolon, that's okay. My next spell is going to cost 7. And I hope they slam Pyroblast on it without untapping. Do I even want this Bowmasters? I can shuffle it away now. I think I am going to do that. Not an important card for this matchup. 6/6 Murktide. Slam Pyroblast, slam Pyroblast. Come on, do it. Don't untap. You need your mana, you're burn. They did not slam Pyroblast. Okay, something's happening in the end step. Pyroblast, Pyroblast, Pyroblast. Bummer. Okay, now just don't have Pyroblast at all. That's the deal. If you were going to have it, you had to have it then. It's too late. Lava Spike, okay. Now we're in the you take almost as much damage as me phase of their spellcasting. And I have a 6/6 flyer in play. Who might get bigger if I remember how Murktide Regent works. Seems unlikely based on last game's result, though. Ponder. I think I just turn Murktide sideways. I could go to 8, casting Delver Ponder. Maybe that flips DRC. Maybe it finds Lightning Bolt or something. I don't know, I feel like just clapping them for 6 while they're under their own Eidolon is a reasonable place to be in this game. Now the trick is, if I Ponder... Okay, I'm just not going to take any damage I don't have to take. This lets Eidolon attack, but then I have a lethal backswing. Here's the fetch. Now Murktide's lethal, so they must have a plan. Okay, just untap. In Bolt puts them to 4. Okay, yeah, just Murktide bigger than their thing. All right, let's try to win this match 3-0. Force some negation on the draw, but the things they're going to do on turn 1 and 2 are probably creatures anyway. Confirmed Eidolon, by the way, cards in the deck. Which makes sense because Legacy is not as dominated by Omnath and Solitude as Modern is, and burn decks really need a way to shut down life gain in the main in those formats. And all those cards cost more than 3. Okay, this hand survives the early creature push pretty well. Doesn't actually have any spells to interact with what they're doing. I am going to keep it, though. And just spike, go. Okay. Ooh, Delver. That might be better than Dragon's Rage Channeler on this board, because I'm not actually casting spells anyway. And this one might get big, where DRC is for sure not going to. Bloodstained Mire, dead. Okay, dead doesn't deal damage to me. Anything that doesn't deal damage to me is okay. Sold. That was a pretty good sequence. And now I want to Bowmaster this turn, and then I can DRC plus Bowmaster next turn, or daze something in between. There's a fetch. Searing Blaze is on, if that's a thing. Eidolon. I'm going to play Bowmaster and then daze this. I just don't really want that card in play. And if they hit another land drop, Daze might not have a target ever again. Really wanted a Flusterstorm or Hydroblast this turn, but I'll take this Underground Sea. I'm just going to main phase Bowmaster here. They're not going to draw cards, but I think this is how I do the most damage, because DRC taking its time waking up, though it is almost there just naturally. No Surveil. If they randomly have like a Sunbaked Canyon or something, getting some pings is cool. Not that I'm counting on that. Oh, Tay-Swift. I'm going to block, because just having cards in my graveyard to put Murktide down as a 4/4 is worth doing. A Ponder, okay. Maybe we do something different now. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Ponder. I'd love a red removal spell. The sorcery does give me delirium. I can have double 3/3 here. Yeah, let's just keep that DRC right where she is. Wowee, okay. I have committed to a world of attacking. I have to respect price of progress where I can. Currently not available to respect. Next turn I can play Wasteland and then just never tap it, and that's an onboard gain 4 life. Okay, they fetched in response. Oof. Well, there's that. That's a 6-point hit. That's as big as it gets. That was also a spell on a turn where Swiftspear can't attack, which that's like kind of figurative effective damage or literal damage, depending on how you want to interpret that. That's just absorbed into the void now. Okay, Firecraft. I'm at 5. I can block Swiftspear just fine. Oh, baby. Okay, send in the jerks. Here they come. If opponent just has Bolt in their hand, they've won the game. Firecraft's not going to do it. Because of my Wasteland, I would survive a price of progress. They don't know I'm about to unload the heat. Second main, so they have to think about if they want Swiftspear around to be an attacker. They do not. They said, if you have Bolt, you got me. Well, I don't, so you're safe. DRC, Numero Trace. Murktide Regent. It shrinks all the DRCs, but I've done what I can do here, and go. Please don't have 2 spells that you can cast. 3 mana in the pool. Oh no, we're dead. I'm at 1. Okay, yeah. I mean, I punted game 1. We shouldn't have been in this game 3, and they got me by 1 turn. So people are going to make mistakes at Eternal Weekend. You may register that as like real testing. That's kind of an argument where people are testing for series tournaments where sometimes people are like, oh no, go ahead, back it up, just make the correct play because my opponents will play correctly at the tournament. Or you can say like, no, people make mistakes too. I won this match fair and square. GG's opponent. I will try to tighten up. I talked through like 4 lines and the 5th one was lethal. So just, you know, take your time. Don't start taking actions till you've figured everything out. Fucking A. Let's go. This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks. And groupings like type, subtype, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there. On the draw for round 2, opponent mulled to 6. I basically have the Delver nuts here. 1 land, 2 threats I can play, 2 free pieces of interaction. On my turn 1, I get to see multiple cards. Underground Sea, Delver, okay. We got a Delver Mirror. Most of the Dimir decks, whether it's Shadow or Scam, are not playing actual Delver anymore. So safe bet this is the full Grixis situation. I would like some lands because I'm currently in trouble to a Wasteland. Let's look at your card. A DRC from you as well. I'm firing this bauble off now before they can get a Bowmaster trigger off it. Bauble did not draw a land. They're offering the trade. I do not accept. I feel like people in good position don't offer that trade. I'm about to mess my land drop anyway, so I'm going to daze this. Mill the Brazen Borrower. They could daze me back. I really don't think they have a land, though. They've been showing a lot of weakness. Cool. I drew the land. Get in there. Big Darkies. And Delver. Follow it up. Delver of Secrets triggers. Did not flip again. Found the land, though. That unlocks the Dragon's Rage channel in their hand. Maybe a removal spell if they got one of those. Lightning Bolt. I think that's fine. Because now my Bowmaster gets to farm their Delver for free. Oh, they were interested in attacking last turn. Now they're not anymore. That's cool. Delver flips Revealing Lightning Bolt. Always had it. Attack with Insectile Aberration. And I would like to just send this Bowmaster now. I don't think they have a daze based on how this game has gone. Bang. Okay. I'm feeling pretty far ahead. I can force a Will of Murktide. It's basically the thing in this mirror match that's worth forcing. Maybe a Bowmaster in some world. Yeah, they waste me off red. They just saw Lightning Bolt. That makes sense. Lightning Bolt my Delver. I'm okay with that. I lose this game to Murktide Regent. Sick. Once again, always at it. Put you to 11. And I think I want to Ponder here, but not Brainstorm. I actually like all my cards. I like this DRC also. I don't shuffle. Add another banger to the board that we know they are soft against. And I force on a Murktide, bolt your face. If they have to cantrip out of this, it's going to hurt. There's that one. And there's that one. We didn't know about the Delver. Unholy Heat. I shuffled and still drew that card that was on top of my deck. Motobug. I'm just going to go to combat and attack with Orc Army and DRC. Trading off the DRC. And they know I have Bolt. I know I have Bolt. They don't know I have Unholy Heat. If Delver flips, it's just free information for me. And they scooped it. Yeah, that was just one of those Delver mirrors where one person's doing stuff and the other isn't. They kept a one-lander and it just didn't work out. We definitely want Pyroblast because Murktide Regent is an essential object in the matchup. Hydroblast, it's DRCs, their Pyroblast, their bolts. I don't want Force of Will in the mirror basically at all. Plague Engineer on Orc is effective in this matchup, and Plague Engineer on Human is effective in the matchup. This build has a lot of Unholy Heats in it. I like those. Unlicensed Hearse can slow down Murktide and control opposing Delirium. I don't know if that's a place we want to be. Flusterstorm is, I think, largely better than Hydro and Pyroblast. Well, it is more reliable against generic spells, but it'll never kill a creature. I don't know if I need Hydroblast on top of the 6-spot removal spells plus the Bowmasters that the deck already has, and this build has Brazen Borrower in it. Maybe I shave one bauble here. I don't have room for Hearse unless I don't want to play Plague Engineer, and they both soft answer some things, which, if I'm going to do that, I'd rather have the thing that also attacks for 2. Then Boarding and Painful Truths. If this gets grindy, that could be good, but also we're a Wasteland mirror that the opponent also has Orcish Bowmaster in their deck. Love this hand. Keep. I do have to remember in Wasteland mirrors that I only have 2 black sources in my deck. Kraken a fetch. DRC. I think I just want to kill this thing. And I know I said last round that things are better with a creature in play, and that is true, but the removal spell I have for Dragon's Rage Channeler might not work next turn. Okay, it's gone. And that's not a thing like Delver, where the only calculation is how long it's in play versus your life total. Oh, baby. I don't think I'm a Daisy or Turn 1 Brainstorm kind of gamer here, but that is tempting. Play versus draw matters a lot there. If they're just like, don't pay for days, pass. Oh, wow. Opponent loves a one-lander. I'm going to Wasteland them into the dirt. They're also probably Brainstorm locked here, and I have a threat. Yep, done. Okay, opponent not afraid of a one-lander and died without doing anything in basically both of our games. You do have to keep one-landers in these Delver decks, and I mean, if I have DRC and then Brainstorm, that might get a DRC trigger, see all these cards, like, I'm keeping that too. Unlucky it didn't get there for them, but Q, count it. The Command Tower software by Eminence Gaming is perfect for hosting TCG events. It features easy-to-create event registration for 1v1 and 4-player Swiss structured tournaments. Event management has never been so simple, and it's web-based, so there's no download required. Get access for just $5 at eminence.event/subscribe. I'm on the draw for round 3 with the slow hand. I'm going to keep it. I got some cantrips, some interaction, and Murktide at the top end when I'm done casting all those cantrips and interaction. Unholy Heat. It's going to fire a Ponder off here. Wasteland, re-Ponder, re-Unholy Heat. I'll take the Ponder and the Wasteland. I don't know what I'm up against yet, but Ponder's never bad. It's also a blue card for this force if I need that, and Wasteland might be dope. Or I might shuffle it away. Who knows? Brainstorm. Once again, I'm not a turn 1 Daisy or Brainstorm kind of gamer here. Blooded Strand. Okay, this Wasteland's starting to look kind of bad. But so is the Unholy Heat, so there was kind of lose-lose there unless I'm willing to shuffle the Ponder, which we all know I never am. Here's a shuffled Ponder. All right, get out of here. Delver of Secrets, hello. Underground Sea, Delver. I could hide black because I'm not doing anything with it right now. And if they do suddenly become a wasteland deck and take out my red, that's kind of annoying. But also, if I just draw Orcish Bowmaster versus whatever this blue deck is, I'm going to be really bummed I didn't do something to cast it. I think my opponent kind of made a mistake here, which is fetching a basic when you're already committed to playing a non-basic. Like, you're playing around the second wasteland. This is just something that I've learned in my own Uro dealings, or my own Bant Control dealings. Murktide's on top. Wasteland the Trop, because Plains doesn't cast Uro, and now they could have had 2 lands in play, but they don't. Guess it's time to start shoving Murktides, huh? Bloop, there it is. I have Force of Will and Daze that can interact with stuff. This is definitely a Swords of Plowshares deck, might be a Teferi Time Raveler deck. We will find out together. And depending on how they spend their mana, I can decide if I want to pitch the Daze to the Force or pitch the Murktide and then also has Daze available. Or Kraken Fetch is over there. A Taiga, okay. We are big blue soup. Leyline Binding, okay. I'm going to force it, pitching the Daze. I'll keep the Murktide as a reload here. Oh no! Am I about to get a possible Daze blowout? Main deck Veil of Summer, fuck my life. Yeah, the Daze would have probably won this game on the spot. Jesus. Alright, well, that was a nice play. And not pitching Murktide was kind of a hedge anyway, because eventually I'll just play another one. Come on, Delver, get to work. Delver reveals Ponder. We're at work. Ponder. Brazen Borrower, Lightning Bolt, land. Do I need a third land this game? Brazen Borrower, bouncing Leyline Binding, not really a solution to my problems here. Alright, I'm going to put the Bolt in my hand. I can start getting into a spot where I'm like, end step Bolt, and then that's a spell in the graveyard and their life total's lower. Jesus, that Veil of Summer, though. In a 60 card deck, where do you even have room for that? Okay, now they could cast Uro, and I am worried. Oh wait, Brazen Borrower. I can temporarily answer Uro. Not in a way that I'm happy with. And I am nowhere near Delirium. They didn't put a land in. Their hand is all spells right now. Okay, I guess bounce this Uro and see what they want to do about that. And they could just return it to their hand, and it's fine. It'll be back soon. Swords of Plowshares, okay. Everything hurts. I'm losing. Jeez, I'm still just reeling from that Veil of Summer. And they're just right back to their starting life total. This is a game I'm probably not winning. And they're going up the Beanstalk. Now they're going to be outdrawing me too. Okay, Scalding Tarn, pass. My plan is to play Brazen Borrower. My nightmare scenario is double bolting the Uro. The old 3 for 0. Yeah, there's Uro. You did it. I can't imagine they even care about Brazen Borrower, but if it does end up in the graveyard here, I have Delirium, which would save me a spell. And Orcish Bowmasters. That card feels too late to be helpful at this point. My opponent has 7 cards in their hand. That's so many. Okay, I think I just have to commit to the double bolt on Uro and just eat shit if it doesn't work. Okay, Uro's in the graveyard with... There's a fetch land that can be card number 1, but they got to get back up to 5 cards over there. Leyline Binding, take away my Brazen Borrower. They remain at 7 cards in their hand. What a treat for them. Another fetch land, that's 2 cards for Uro. Minskin Boo. Okay, we're dead. I'm good. I'm good. Sent to hell from a main deck Veil of Summer. Could have played around it. I don't know if it would have been correct to do that, but certainly, having seen what we've now seen, I don't like it. Minskin Boo was in the main deck. I don't know if that's going to make it to the sideboard games. I feel like I want to upgrade Gaze into higher impact spells. This is definitely the matchup the Painful Truths is for. Don't really want to 2-for-1 myself a lot on Force of Will stuff. I think I do want Unlicensed Hearse. They do have spells that you just have to beat, but they're also a Beanstalk deck, so the spells you have to beat have frequently cantripped already on the way through. Surgical on Uro takes away a lot of the wind out of their sails. I don't know that I want two, but maybe one. Go down to one Unholy Heat. Do I want to flip a Force and a Daze to keep them honest? Could also turn some of these baubles back into spells. Oh, this is a Price of Progress matchup all day. Get that in. We saw some basics, but we also saw a million non-basics. The last thing I'm deciding is this one of Daze versus all four forces, and I think I am going to rock with the one Daze. Let's go. Okay, I drew the one Unholy Heat in my deck in my opening hand. That's okay. I got Brainstorms and Ponders to smooth it all out. Delver, get in there. I will not be brainstorming in my upkeep to try to flip Delver aggressively. I don't think that's the good way to use your cards in this matchup. I'm going to pause for a second like I have a Daze and then let this resolve. They did not shuffle. Okay, Delver, get to work. Get to work. Get to work. Lightning Bolt, let's go. And I'm going to brainstorm. There are cards in my hand I would like to be different cards. This Unholy Heat can go, and this Volcanic Island can go. And then fetch again for a Volcanic Island. I'm probably going to ponder here, but I'm going to bobble them first. Get some info. Misty Rainforest. Ponder. Force of Will, Brazen Borrower, Dragon's Rage Channeler. Force of Will sucks here, but I don't have to draw it. Yeah, I kind of like just loading up on creatures to send into the red zone. In you go. Oh, right, I forgot about Bobble Trigger. I am going to draw that Force. It's fine. It'll be good someday. Basic lands all around. Carpet of Flowers. Okay, I'm dead. And with the Bobble Trigger, I could have had Force Blue card in my hand here and just didn't instead. I still don't know that I would force a Carpet of Flowers, but since I'm drawing all these cards anyway, these are the tiny little sequencing decisions and stuff that will kill you at Eternal Weekend if you don't get your reps. I play a lot of Legacy, but specifically this configuration of this version of Delver, just not so much. Attack. And I'm going to play my Channeler. This is Delirious. I have Force backup. I can bolt their Dome. Brazen Borrowing. The Carpet doesn't do anything useful, so I'm just going to let them have it. White in the pool. Swords to Plowshares resolves. Other Swords to Plowshares. Alright, well, do I want to die to Veil of Summer again? Or do I just want to use this Brazen Borrower as my next threat? Okay. Veil of Summer me. I'm ready to be hurt. Jesus. Okay. That card's weird because I'm not even convinced that it's, like, good versus Delver, but it's certainly blown me the fuck out twice here. There's the Misty, and we are... Gotta rip a Murktide here, and it needs to go coast to coast. Not helpful. This does now represent Mystic Sanctuary if I just really want to put my eggs in a Ponder basket. If I draw a Painful Truths, I'm going nuts. If they tap out for Minsk and Boo, I have the answer. Ponder. In Orcish Bowmasters does raise the stock of Veil of Summer in general. And there's Uro to dash any hopes I had of playing the game. I've got Unlicensed Hearse and Surgical Extraction in the deck. I think I do have to just YOLO this. Brainstorm's probably better than Ponder here, because Wasteland and Bolt are both bad. Mystic Sanctuary, just leaning all the way into this Carpet of Flowers, because I'm dead to it anyway. Alright, Brainstorm, save me, fix everything. Unholy Heat, Ponder. I'll put back Wasteland and Volcanic Island. And I'm going to Ponder. Probably Shuffle. Yep. 3 lands. Unlicensed Hearse? Lightning Bolt, okay. Okay, feeling pretty dead here. Enjoy your 9 mana. Carpet of Flowers is such a beating. I will be honest, in my own Eternal Weekend testing, I am, far more serious about being the Carpet of Flowers gamer than losing to Carpet of Flowers. That's just kind of where my head is. My opponent cast Lorien revealed while I was talking, by the way. Probably safe to concede this one, but I'm going to let them play a little longer. It's very Time Raveler. Okay. They could bounce their Carpet, replay it, and have another 4 mana second main. That's the thing this card does, by the way, if you didn't know. It's a combo. I'm good. Maybe I can Unholy Heat the Teferi, like, and then I have Bolt, you're at 12, and then you play Uro and you're at 9, and I'm Hellbent. Fuck that, I'm out. Okay, this deck is one that is kind of tailor-made to line up against decks like this one, and they're even playing 3 basics in their 4-color deck somehow. Carpet of Flowers to Fairy, multiple white removal spells. This is a thing you're going to have to deal with if you want to be a Grixis Delver deck. The 4-color Beanstalk, 5-color Beanstalk piles are out there, and they can be tough. On to the next one. Welcome to Taking the Initiative for Trans Lifeline, hosted by myself and a group of your favorite Magic content creators. Trans Heart October is an annual drive where gamers and streamers from around the world work together to support Trans Lifeline. Trans Lifeline is the nation's only crisis and peer support hotline staffed by trans people for trans people. 2023 has been a year of unprecedented anti-trans legislation, violent rhetoric, and other attacks on the basic rights of some of our most vulnerable community members. Every $2 you donate during this campaign is a raffle entry. Every $500 collected overall adds another prize to the raffle. We have secret lairs, Cool Stuff Inc. gift cards, full boxes, and almost 20 commander decks to give away. Use the link or QR code to get in the mix for great prizes while supporting an important cause. Entries are accepted October 16th through 20th, 2023. Donations must include name and address to be eligible for prizes. On the play in round 4, I'm going to keep this hand a little land heavy. I really hope Wasteland's good in the matchup. We've just played 2 rounds this league so far where Wasteland was just a blank, and one where Wasteland won us both games immediately. So whether this is a 5-lander or a 4-lander with 3 spells depends on whether they have Wasteland. Or, okay. We're some sort of stompy strategy. Oh, pitching Force of Will. Weird. Some 8-key deck that has Force in it. That's terrifying. Flip, Reveal, Ponder. Give me that. Okay, I can Ponder and Wasteland them. I could Brazen Borrow. I could hold up Brazen Borrower if they go for like Mystic Forge. Maybe that breaks it up. I'm going to Ponder to start. Delver, Bauble, Bowmaster. Kind of like this stuff. Okay, I'm going to take the Bauble. Immediately get a look at what they're doing. Echo of Eons, horrifying. Wasteland, the City of Traders. So they're the brown key deck with the Echo package. I would love to get one more turn to at least put this Bowmaster on the stack before they spin us away here. Another Monolith. I'm putting just a slight pause in there in my response to make it seem like I might have something. But if they have nothing, then there's nothing to play around. Yeah, they just go all in here anyway. Shit. This Bowmaster is going to be 1 turn behind from just BTFOing them. 5. Right, they can hard cast the Echo, so they're getting 2 spins here, and at basically no risk to themselves. Okay, understood. Well, go for it. Hope I draw a bunch of free permission. I drew nothing of the sort. Urza Saga, Grim Monolith, and they appear to be passing the turn. Could we be so lucky? Oh dear. Alright, I drew a Brazen Borrower. I don't know if that's actually even helpful. I kind of want to brainstorm, because I'd like to find Force of Will and Wasteland here. Maybe that's greedy, or maybe it's fine. I'm going to brainstorm. Found a Bowmaster, no Force, no additional help. I don't think I need Unholy Heat, though. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. I was going to say maybe versus the Sagas, but those are already too big. Now I could Ponder looking for another Force, or I could add to my beatdowns. I think I need to Ponder looking for Force. And I'm going to keep trying to hide black mana until it's too late. There's Wasteland, a little behind. Shuffle. Shuffle's a sign of weakness. I hate it. Okay. In what ways are we dead? I mean, they can also just Echo from the graveyard still. Grim Monolith. Okay. Voltaic Key. Okay. You have infinite mana. I get it. Monolith Key is doing big mana monolith stuff. Karn the Great Creator with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, if they slam Lattice, I can attack Karn for 3. If they try to take a turn off with like an Ensnaring Bridge kind of thing, I have the Brazen Borrower. I don't know, like I'm going to make them at least show me this. There's probably just like Walking Ballista, kill your Delver, or something totally safe here. Or something that just kills me, like grab a 1 ring, turtle up. That works too. They're making their wish. Argentum Masticore. Beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice this unless you discard a card. When you discard a card, destroy target non-land permanent. Opponent controls mana value less than or equal to that spell's mana cost. Okay, so they just got some big creature and passed the turn. Interesting. Bobble doesn't work with Karn in play, but Karn doesn't have to be in play for much longer. Attack Karn the Great Creator. Yep, those are words on this card. And I could play DRC. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna play Dragon's Rage Channeler and Mishra's Bauble. Get a trigger. Leave Force of Will on top, please and thank you. Bauble you. You're drawing an Echo. Okay, cool. I'm not dead to this construct hit. I get to draw Force. I am threatening Orcish Bowmaster. I'm gonna bet that they don't tutor Pithing Needle here. I'm not going to fetch in response. I don't want them to see the black mana. Hey, they untapped Grim Monolith with key in the upkeep. Or no, we're in the main phase. Sure, that's legal. They don't know what they're doing. They're untapping all their stuff again. I think it's far more likely they get a key or a Shadow Spear here than a Pithing Needle. And I'm just going to take my chances on that. Pirates Spellbomb, you got it. Seagate Resto, tapped. And they're passing into combat. I don't really want a Bowmaster here because of the Spell Bomb. I think I might Brazen Borrow and just hold up the Force. I have to reveal the black mana here, unfortunately, but I would like them to spend their Pyrite Spell Bomb on something that's not Orcish Bowmaster. Do I want land number 4? That gives me Bowmaster and Brazen Borrower. Kind of do want this, actually. They can Echo twice here, which is a bummer. I'll force one of them, pitching the Delver, but I'm going to make them do it twice. And if they do that, they lose the Masticore that they spent their Karn wishing for, and then Karn just died without doing anything. They don't have forever to goof about with this. Nice, they just passed. Please, Pirate Spellbomb my Delver. In we go for 6 flying. You're at 8. I have another Brazen Borrower. I am showing you lethal. Yeah, that Spellbomb is really good, though. It's the only thing keeping me from just like, LOL, we did it. If they time that correctly, it's pretty good. I think this is about as good as anything to Force of Will. Yeah, force the One Ring. Oh, I can Petty Theft the Pirate Spellbomb and then Bowmaster in response to an Echo. Okay, I'm feeling good here. Down the line. I don't want them having protection from everything. No thanks. The LED's been cracked. We're in business, team. And you are dead. Petty Theft the Pyrite Spellbomb. You know what that means. Unholy Heat to the graveyard. If they draw a card in response, I get to ping them again. So 7 + 1's already 8. They're dealing 2 to Delver, and then I'm going to deal 7 to them. They would need to Echo into something that beats these triggers somehow. Cool. We found it. Found the line right at the very end. Force of Negation, Meltdown. Price of Progress actually seems reasonable. Null Rod. Pyroblast is awkward because it only hits 1 card in their deck, but it is a pretty important card. The same can be said about Flusterstorm, but it doesn't even hit it as well. This deck can have a ton of mana. Unlicensed Hearse lines up poorly against Karn. So does Mishra's Bauble. I'm going to chill on Mishra's Bauble. Chill on Unholy Heat. I got 7 cards I want to bring in here. 5 for sure, then 2 maybes. And then Hearse, Fluster, Painful Truth, Surgical, all potential all other maybes. Lower priority, but I could see them all being in the deck. Okay, they have Karns, and I'm bringing in Null Rod. Do I just go 0 Bauble? I found that it's tough to get Delirium if you have 0 Bauble. I'm also boarding out half of my cards that care about Delirium. Okay, I'm going to go 0 Bauble, 0 Unholy Heat, and bring in the smattering of interaction. All right, Pop and Meltdown here in the opener. Let's hope that I get a turn 1, and they don't just shit murder me. Volcanic Island. That's my card. Pyrite Spellbomb, pass. Okay, I don't think I want to just wasteland them. And I'll lead on the Channeler. I know they can kill it, but I have another creature to play, and they care about artifacts being in play. I'm glad I held on to this wasteland. Gonna attack for 1. Not worth interacting for them. I concur. Wasteland Year Saga. That's the one I'm worried about. Delver. I'm worried about Saga getting LED, but maybe I don't need to worry about that with Brainstorm. They also showed me Force last game. Okay, they have a backup Saga. This Meltdown is on layaway for a minute. Okay, Delver, what do you got? Orcish Bowmaster, don't reveal. Okay, now I'm representing Bowmaster. That could force the issue at some point on this Pyrite Spellbomb. I think I'm just going to shove it, too. With Price of Progress and Meltdown and Force of Will all going here, if they're going to get a creature out of their Saga, then they can't Spellbomb the Bowmaster. Ping ya. Delver, flips, revealing, Ponder. Love it. They have a 3/3 creature. Ponder is another card type. Okay, Ponder, let's go. DRC is another card type. If I find an instant, like if I just find a lightning bolt, I can send it. Brainstorm works too. Okay, yeah, I'm going to draw the Brainstorm. Then I'm going to cast the Brainstorm, who mills DRC. Then I draw some cards. I still have a land drop. I'm seeing 2 fresh ones here. Force blue card, love it. Put back the 2 Pyroblasts. They don't seem to be super helpful. And then I have a bunch of flying attackers. Leave back the ground pounders because they have a 3/3. Okay. They're making a construct now. If they have surgical extraction, maybe they can block, but not otherwise. And hope I don't die right now. I have the Meltdown to clean this up next turn. I can protect the Meltdown with Force. Even a big hit with Shadow Spear doesn't beat me. I would like to see them make another construct. If they just like float mana, tutor LED, that's how we can lose this game. Uh-oh, they figured it out. Ox Opal, that feels desperate. Okay, they are killing my Bowmaster. Does that mean they're going for a spin here? 4 mana in the pool. Paradoxical outcome, look at you. I like this. Well, now I know Paradox, or Pyroblast is actually good. I'm gonna let them have that PO for 2. That's just like barely even good. Opal's back and it's no longer on. LED, that's a good one. Manifold Key, and they're just passing. That feels good. Now I have Force and Daze ready to back up this Meltdown. I don't have double red, so I can't Meltdown for 0 and back it up with Pyroblast. I could leave a mana up and not worry about Manifold Key, but I don't think that matters. Though, no, this is fine, because if they fight back, I could Daze, pick up my red source, Price of Progress, you lose. Yeah, okay. X is 0, works for me. Kills everything it needs to. Milling this redundant Pyroblast that I can't cast. Okay, they are Flusterstorming that for 2. If I had done this for 1, I wouldn't be able to fight over this. Okay, I think I just let this resolve. Now they're tapped out. Or no, I have to Daze it. Right. In order to pop them. Okay. Daze one of the Flusterstorms, pick up the red. Mill a Brainstorm. Wow, they're just conceding. Okay, I mean, pushing the Meltdown through wins. And then also, I don't even get to show them a cool Price of Progress for a backup line. Whatever, we did it. On to the final round. You come here to level up at Magic. To level up as a software engineer, check out the new YouTube series Dev Better, hosted by the founder of 7 Factor Software and Magic player, Jeremy Duvall. 7 Factor's small teams of high-performing engineers build custom mobile apps, APIs, and highly scalable systems for Fortune 500 companies and ambitious startups with great ideas. If you'd like to hire 7 Factor, or maybe join their team, contact them through their website at 7factor.io. And don't forget to subscribe to 7 Factor's YouTube for every episode of Dev Better. On the draw in the final round with that Cursed Underground Sea hand, but this time it has Delver in it. I still get a threat and a bauble on turn 1. I'll take it. Island Ponder from the opponent. A Zendikar Rising full art island. I don't know that I've ever had any opponent play this island specifically against me. Good choice. Deep cut. I'm going to bauble them first. That Daze was a great draw. But bobbling them might show me something about their deck that makes me want to ponder instead of play a threat. Brazen Borrower is not it, though. Delver, get in. I could have held on to that bauble, targeted myself, and had basically 2 looks at flipping Delver. But I think the information's worth it. Wasteland, Brazen Borrower. Oh, is this a mono blue Delver situation? That would be cool. Okay, Delver, what do you got for me? Mishra's Bauble, not it. Okay, I'm going to fetch and hope I don't get stifled. We didn't get stifled. Dragon's Rage Channeler, get in. Mishra's Bauble, trigger. Brainstorm in response, go for it. I'm not going to daze that. If I still had my land drop, I'd think about it, but right now, it's fine. Volcanic Island, put that right on top. And I'm going to bauble them, because now I know that this card's not going to flip Delver, and I might as well draw it. They're drawing a Polluted Delta. Old Polluted Duty over there. Are we going to see another color out of their deck? This could be a Delver that just led on their basic island. Okay, blue-black. Neat. They could have shuffled, but didn't, so they like their top card, or they're going to end up shuffling in some other fashion. Sheoldred's Edict. I could daze this, or I could just let them have one of my creatures. I think I want to daze it. Brainstorm on top. I don't really need another Brainstorm in my hand, but I do want to flip this Delver. Okay, Delver, trigger. The Ponder I'm about to cast gives me Delirium, and then we're in for 6. I'd love to find another daze here. Lightning Bolt seems like it's going to be important to the matchup. I will keep that around for now. I'd like to find a daze somewhere in the pile, though. DRC Bolt, another land. I actually think all this looks good. I'm going to run it. Just get them dead in chunks of 3. That's what that Ponder does. They're already at 13. I know they have Brazen Borrower, but that's not a permanent answer to anything. I just replayed both of my threats. If they're using Sheoldred's Edict, trying to interact with my stuff, that shows me they don't have a Fatal Push or any smoother piece of interaction. We are over the Bowmaster hump as long as I don't shove cards into it. Right now I'm worried about Murktide Regent. That's the card that can instantly stabilize the game for them. But Murktide Regent can't be cast off this basic swamp, so we're safe from that. Basic lands give and take out in the world. Can't waste them, but sometimes they don't cast your spells. Here's the fetch. Still got Brazen Borrower in the hand over there. Finally reached for a non-basic. And the Brazen Bee right now, taking the Delver away. Cool. Gonna get in there with my Channeler. And I'm gonna play another Channeler. And I'm gonna play Delver. And now they might just die through a Murktide Regent. Okay. They have a daze now. That's why I led on Channeler. I actually want that one more than I want Delver. Murktide, still a problem now that I don't have 3 creatures. I don't care about this Brazen Borrower. I can bolt to get through it. Uh-oh, there it is. Big troublemaker. The Merc. I need to draw a Brazen Borrower or multiple Lightning Bolts now. Brainstorm right now while they can't Bowmaster me. I get to see a lot of cards this turn. Oh, my own. Is that how I want to play this game? It would get Ponder, Daze, Brainstorm. And this isn't even as big as theirs. It can take Delirium off of my DRCs so they don't just die right now. But also just pushing my opponent to 6 life actually seems reasonable. I'm going to bin this. Unholy Heat. That kills the Murktide. Top. Wasteland and some other junk. I'm going to put the Volcanic Island on top. I'm going to play the Wasteland and I'm going to attack. Because I have to. Okay, Unholy Heat this thing now while I still have 2 Channelers. Bin the Volk. I think I bin the Sea too. Okay. The damage was successfully dealt. Recycling Troll of Khazad-dûm. Reanimate is off the table here. They tutored up an Underground Sea. Do I think Wasteland? Yeah, I think Wasteland is better than a colorless mana here. Because to play that Underground Sea, they'd need to play that Underground Sea just to play the Brazen Borrower to block. Yeah, there it is, right here in the main phase. That dies to Bolt. Force of Will, backup, let's go. Bolt, you're idiot. Wasteland. I'll leave that on top, actually. I'm about to Brainstorm, and I can really just try to get rid of them. Ooh, Force Pitching Daze. Force Pitching Brainstorm. I think I still want this. And then Brainstorm, look at this Wasteland again. Lightning Bolt on top, okay. And Dragon's Rage Channeler, in we go. This card's very good. Okay, they're at 2. If they answer Dragon's Rage Channeler, I have Bolt on top of my deck. Nice, okay. That was a fun little scrappy Delver mirror. Murktide Regent is a problem. We saw Troll of Khazad-dûm. Makes me want to at least think about the Unlicensed Hearse. Plague Engineer on Orcs. And then Painful Truths is in the same position as against the Grixis mirror we played earlier, where it's like, I would love to cast this card, but I'd hate to have it Bowmastered. Like, these are my three. This is my tier list. Definitely Pyroblast, Flusterstorm, probably Hearse, then Plague Engineer, then Painful Truths. What are the cuts? Force of Will, not really necessary anymore with Pyroblast in the deck. I have answers to Murktide now. They didn't show me any red cards. They showed me more basics than I want to deal with. So forces for these, and then Bauble can become Plague Engineer. And I have Bolt, 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 Heat, 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 Bowmaster, 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 Plague Engineer that can answer their 4 copies of Orcish Bowmaster. I think I'm going to shave another Bauble for the Painful Truths, and just, if it gets grindy, I want an eject button. Let's do it. Okay, Daze, a threat, a removal spell, and some cantrips. That's what I want in Tempo Mirrors. They haven't shown me a Stifle. That card has sort of been popping up lately, but played around it, had the Vulcan in my hand. I hope they have Stifle in their hand, actually. Let it rot. Dragon Rage Channeler's in there, as we saw last game. I mean, this is a reason to be Grixis. It's a reason to be Rug in your Tempo shells. I've been into Bug Beanstalk Tempo lately, which doesn't get access to Dragon's Rage Channeler, but I think that the Rug Beanstalk deck with DRC and Beanstalk is not great at Dragon's Rage Channeler and not great at Beanstalking. But if you want to ignore Beanstalking and just play the most efficient cards, Grixis with Dragon's Rage Channeler is a place to be. Orcish Bowmaster. I think I want to ponder right now. Play my land first. Don't give them any ideas about dazing. Bowmaster on top. I feel like these are going to be important to have in multiples. Murktide, Regent, Bowmaster, Wasteland. I'm kind of mid on Wasteland, and Regent is a later problem. I'm going to take the Bowmaster for sure, and then fetch and play another Ponder. That's a reasonable thing to do. Mill, Scalding Tarn. I'm good on those. There's 2 more Wastelands. I just got rid of 1. If I draw the Brazen Borrower, that is a useful card in my hand, and then if I daze something, it mills a Wasteland. Okay, I'll take the Brazen Borrower now, and then end up with one of these Wastelands. We saw Island and Swamp, but only Island and Swamp, not Island, Island, Swamp. There's not that many basics you could put in these decks, and we saw Brazen Borrower and some stuff that wants more mana. Also, we saw Murktide get delayed by a basic Swamp being the mana source instead of an Underground Sea. I think these Wastelands will find a home eventually. They also pay for days in a matchup where paying for days might matter. Troll of Khazad-dûm on the cycle. Underground Sea tutored up. Underground Sea in play. That's a target for Wasteland. Immediately. And there's a Reanimate. That's a bunch of life that they just lost. And Unholy Heat in the deck, partially because it can answer something like Troll of Khazad-dûm. That is also the appeal of Brazen Borrower. Yeah, I'm going to fetch for Underground Sea and point Brazen Borrower at the Troll. Because if I end up with Delirium here, I can kill the Troll with my red source, but I can't kill it with my black source. Well, I can't really afford to mill that, because that's my only other black source. Uh-oh, okay. Well, pointing this at Troll. Though, if they try to respond, I have Daze. Flusterstorm, interesting. Okay, so I think I just daze the Fluster. Yeah, this is win-win, actually. So I daze the Fluster, pick up the Underground Sea. It's safe from removal now, which means I can mill this one, and then I can just pay for Flusterstorm, and the Troll's out of here. And if they continue to fight over this, then Brazen Borrower would be in my graveyard as a creature, and I can Unholy Heat next turn. Cool. That was fun. God, I love Delver Mirrors. Or Tempo Mirrors, as the case may be. They may or may not have Delver. Grief. Pitching the Troll. Alright, they're doing a little scamming over there. Alright, have a look. I have no responses. I got 2 Bowmasters and an Unholy Heat. What do you want? The Bowmasters give me Delirium if you take one of those. Bowmaster's gone. Delirium is attained. Ponder. Yeah, you better do it now. You've seen what I've got for you. Did not shuffle. They have a Wasteland that I'm not super worried about. Bowmaster. Must not have had that before the grief, because if they take Unholy Heat, they can Bowmaster kill my DRC. Okay. They're playing like someone who has Daze. So I think I'll just Unholy Heat their Bowmaster and then Wasteland them rather than play into Daze here. I like Ponder. Keep it. Yeah, they just shoved Bowmaster into a board where it dies to my face-up Bowmaster. They might have been setting up a Murktide, and I just blew it. Yeah, if they Murktide here, then I'm going to feel kind of dumb. Brainstorm, sure. Wasteland, okay. Well, my Bowmaster is not showing up for a minute. They are still losing quickly to this Channeler if they don't get something else going. Ponder's on top of my deck. Ponder is in their hand as well. A Ponder, Murktide Regent. I'm going to graveyard that because I'm really far away from casting it. Or I guess if I leave it there, then Ponder gets to see cards. Yeah, maybe that was not good. Daze solid in this spot here. They did not shuffle the Ponder that they played at the end of their turn. I have land coming, but this is my last black source. If they wasteland me, Bowmaster is off forever. They're at 4, and they just pondered. My read 2 turns ago was Daze. If they find Murktide, I Daze it, and they Daze back. Then they have appropriately threaded the needle, and I read it correctly. They didn't shuffle. Oh, Fatal Push, tough beats. Can't Daze that one. 1 card left in their hand. Well, I'm shoving my Orcish Bowmaster this turn. The lands never stop. Shuffle. I'm just going to do this now. And ping their creature. Okay, I guess I played around Daze. Their play didn't make a lot of sense without Daze, but it certainly got me. Oh, Bowmaster me right back. That makes sense, sure. Yep, that one works. All right, deck. Keep the goods coming. Shit, those are not goods. Stupid deck. Well, I am gonna attack. Their life total's pretty low. Let's get a trade while we can. And I can hardcast Daze here. Next turn I can play Brazen Borrower. That's why I ran out the Sanctuary. Currently ice cold to Murktide. No attack with Bowmaster. Second main. Yuck. Well, there's that one. I've got Pyroblast and Brazen Borrower in my deck. I have 3 ways to remove this. Unlicensed Source. Thanks for showing up, you piece of shit. Okay. That's the turn. Oh, if they attack, I Brazen Borrow. I put them to 1. I find Bolt. I can win. I am losing the race to Murktide. Wasteland. Damn it. There's 1 Volk left in my deck. So if they Wasteland, I have to Brazen Borrow in response, and then if they fight over Brazen Borrower, I can Daze picking up the land they were trying to waste. Okay, let's see. Alright, it's just in there. Removal spell? Right now? Right now? Right now? Okay, it wasn't right now. My red's gone, which means that my Brainstorm has to hit Bolt and Red Source to win the game. And I'm under the beats of Orcish Bowmaster in the meantime, who should be attacking, by the way. That's 2 damage. It has not been interested in dealing this game. Well, there's that one. An attack with Brazen Borrower. And that Wasteland was really good that they just played, because there's no way that I can Brainstorm into red land, play the red land, and Bolt. So and Pyroblast, so I just have to Brainstorm and accept the beats and accept that I'm dead. All right, which I am. All right. Murktide Regent, big animal. Orcish Bowmasters, big animal. I would like to point out that I pinged their Orc army on 1 turn when my Bowmaster came in, and then they died at 1 life. Or I died with them at 1 life. That could have been a misstep. I'm willing to believe it. Same deck, let's go. Okay, no threat in this hand, but multiple answers, and, well, I have threats, but not like a 1-drop that I would have been mega stoked to lead on, but Bobble, Daze action, I like where that's going. I've not seen any indication in 2 long games that they play Stifle, so I'm just not going to be playing around that. Misty Rainforest, and I'm going to bobble them. I don't think I need the card selection here, my cards are fine. There's a Reanimate, good to know. Wasteland, neat. Ooh, I could Wasteland their Wasteland. I'm just going to play Volcanic Island and pass here, because I get to do this cool thing where I cast Orcish Bowmaster, and if they fight over it, I Daze. Cycling Lore revealed, okay. I'm going to Bowmaster now. And if they force this, I will Daze. And if they use their Wasteland to cast their own Orcish Bowmaster, I will also Daze. They searched up a basic island. Okay, there's the island. Most things their deck does with an island, I'm not super worried about when I have Bowmaster in play. Sure, wasting my red. Pretty good idea. Big Mercs. I'm going to Brainstorm here. 2 more Wastelands. Not sure I need those. But I could also just lead on one and hide my red source. Yeah, I will do that, actually. Just going to run out a Wasteland here. They're behind right now, so any amount of effort they spend playing around Wasteland is fine with me. I think I was actually supposed to put one of my spells on top, though, because they can't discard the Valk, even if I don't want to play it this turn, but they are a Grief deck, and I see the Reanimate if they get some scam going. That's a shame. Cycling Troll, okay. Basic Swamp entering the game. Oh, Underground Sea. They had a Basic Swamp game 1, where'd it go? Or are they just realizing that they need to cast Murktide Regent at some point? Okay, I'm going to Daze this, Reanimate. I'm not going to Wasteland them first, because then I can't pay for a Daze back. Meanwhile, I can Wasteland them. I'm going to wait till my turn. I know what I'm drawing, so I didn't really need to wait there. It's just a pet peeve of mine when people just crack off and step Wastelands. It's like, that is not going to do anything in your upkeep that it's not going to do in the end step. And why not draw a card first and find out? Still hiding my red source. I have another Wasteland on top. Oh, right. Or no, Troll of Khazad-dûm. I was about to say can't get Basic Swamp, but it can. It's Lorien Revealed that can't get Basic Swamp. So they've used both this game, and they chose Underground Sea. Let's hope they choose Underground Sea again and just die for it. All right, I'm going to play Volcanic Island, and I'm going to go to combat. They could have their own Bowmaster here. I can kill it. I don't think they have Daze, and Murktide Regent has identified itself as the most important thing going on in this matchup. Here's Murktide. I'm fine getting a 2-for-1 off of Force here. Edict doesn't get it. Cycling Lorien Revealed in response, okay. We have seen Brazen Borrower other deck. Now a fetch after a different fetch. Brainstorm for an answer, that would be so sick. Nope, not interested. They could have Snuff Out, they could have Dismember, because it's the correct size to be dismembered. There's the sea. We're going to get Toxic Deluged, that would be cool. Okay, your Murktide, which is larger than mine. If we're just out here comparing size. Yeah, size isn't everything. They've shown me multiple times they don't have a Daze. They might have a Flusterstorm or a Spell Pierce. I'm going to waste their untapped land. And then I will try to pass phases with their blue floating. Beginning of combat, Brazen Borrower. And are you taking 7 here, or do you suddenly have a Daze? If their thing is gone. In for 7. Murktide Regent in their hand that cannot currently be cast, and if they do cast it, it's a 3/3. B-Storm, go to 2. And it looks like a shame concede when the, or I guess they saw the card, so it might not have been a shame concede. It was probably a YOLO Brainstorm. A 3-1 record with me punting on board lethal, just finding the line 1 click after it would have been possible. 4-1 in our hearts, but make sure you play tight or else 4-1s turn into 3-2s, and that is one of the lessons about getting better at Magic. Can't blame luck or variance if you're not already playing perfectly, and basically nobody is ever playing perfectly. So just stop blaming luck and variance. Pretty good showcase for the deck, though. Dragon's Rage Channeler was a unit throughout this entire league, and I do believe this is the best Dragon's Rage Channeler deck. You can play Orcish Bowmasters and all kinds of shells. Delver comes and goes, depending on the shell, whether that's a thing you want to be doing or not. DRC, though, this is the place where she gets to shine, and we did demonstrate that throughout the league. Bread and butter, good cards, cards that are too cheap for the effect that they provide, and you just put them all in a deck together with Wasteland and Daze. Wham bam, legacy format. I expect this deck to be pretty popular at Eternal Weekend. Not only is it popular among people who like Legacy, because you get to feel smart with all your little brainstorms and ponders and wastelands and stuff, you really get to leverage Legacy skill with those cards, but it's also appealing to people who are just borrowing some dual lands and coming from Modern because they could just get to Eternal Weekend or whatever, because this mimics normal Magic in a lot of ways. Wasteland and Daze shouldn't really be in Magic games, but attacking with creatures, countering spells, removing other creatures, having card selection, all of that you can find in Modern. You can find it in Pioneer, like the Phoenix deck has a lot of the same sort of vibes. A lot of transferable skills, though people who put in the work and find the lines like Bolt pre-combat, pick it up with Mystic Sanctuary to make Murktide bigger, they're going to win more games than people who just picked up the deck, but this will be popular among folks who don't play Legacy and folks who do. And that's what I have to say about that. Grixis Delver, can't go wrong with it. Great deck. Positive record, even throwing a match. Put it on the scoreboard. Brennan, thanks for the invite to play this. Everyone else, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out the Patreon, and I'll see you next time.